What's good, y'all? It's your girl Young Star Flower, and we are back with another video. Thank you guys for all the support that I have gotten so far and all of the feedback in the comment section. Continue to blast the comment section. I really want to build a community and get to know y'all, and y'all get to know me. So, you know what I'm saying? We back with part 3. I guess I could call it a part 3. I don't know. I just want to like continue on and share my journey with y'all and kind of just let you know like where am I at now? Like what happened to me after, I woke up? Where did it lead me? How I'm feeling emotionally, mentally, spiritually. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Join a party over here. Woo! Party over there. Woo! Continue to join the party, family. Let's get it. So, boom. I think from last video, I wanted to let y'all know if I either just, I don't know, what did they say? Faded out? Just faded out only. Am I still technically an active witness? Or did I write a letter? So, I'm going to keep it G with y'all. I intended on fading out because I have 2 younger sisters, and when I mean younger sisters, I mean like they young, like 4 and 6 years old. So that's how old they are now. And at the time, they was like 2 and 4. I didn't want to lose out on like a relationship with them, but I knew that if I wrote a letter, my pops was not gonna let me really have no relationship with them because he's an elder and everything like that. So, and who knows, he might be more now, I don't know, but I know he's very serious about the truth, the community, and that he's serious about the health and wellness of his children. So I knew if I wrote a letter, I probably was not going to have access to them, and I didn't want to lose access to my sisters. So I intended on fully just fading, and that's what I did originally. I just faded out, started returning phone calls and everything like that. But I'm not going to lie to y'all, like it was very hard fading because I have a very strong relationship with my congregation. I had a very strong relationship with my congregation, a very strong relationship with the members of my congregation, all of the elders and everything. Like I just was really one of those like pillars, I should say, like, so like, and it's not to my own horn, but I just know like if they left, like people was gonna feel the effects of me leaving because I was very like involved in my congregation and like very close with everybody, like the older ones, the young ones, the elders. We used to go on like vacations together. I used to go on vacations with like elders and their wives and ministerial servants and their wives and some of the single sisters or whatever like that. Like we would go on like like big vacations or have like big cookouts together or go over each other's house. Like I really was like, they was my friend. Like that's all I knew. You know what I'm saying? So I just built such a like large friendship and community. So it was too hard for me to fade because I just kept getting like what I felt at the time. I felt like it was harassment. I'm not gonna hold you. Now I know it wasn't harassment. Like they was just, they loved me so much. They didn't want to see me leave or lose my life. How they think like you gonna lose your life, but it really felt like so stressful. Like I was getting calls, texts, knock at my doors. Like when I tell you knock at my, and I'm like, yo, this is my personal space. Like that's what made me feel violated because like and this was my place. It was like I wasn't sharing with nobody. Like this is my spot. You know what I'm saying? All to myself, my little 2 cats. You know what I'm saying? And knocks at the door, or at the time I'm constantly running into people at the store, at the grocery store, and like I just felt so bombarded like by my friends, family, elders. You need to call us back, you need to, and it's like they wouldn't even be like suggesting that I do something. Like they were making it feel like I ain't had no choice in the matter. Like I must return their calls, I must do this, I must answer my door. And I'm like, now that I'm woken up, I'm like, these people really think they own you. Like you don't own. But I used to feel like that. Like I used to return, like somebody want me to return, calling them back. Like when I was a witness, I didn't think that I was being controlled. Like I thought it was like, this is just what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to answer these questions. If somebody want to call me in the back room and question me or grill me on something, or call me or request a shepherding call for me, which y'all, a shepherding call, if for the ones that don't know, that's when they have like an elder, either two elders or an elder and a ministerial servant, because the ministerial servant is learning how to do shepherding calls, and they come to your house. They do house calls to make sure you're doing okay, and they give you encouragement, read you scriptures, and they just want to make sure you're spiritually strong. So I'm like, I never like felt I had the choice to say no for nothing. Like, my life wasn't my life. But then when I woke up, I realized this my life. Like, I get to say no to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, they really wilding for respect. And now I'm gonna really have to cut y'all off. Like, I don't want to. Like, I really value the relationship that I have with my family. I love my father, love my mother dearly, love my little sisters, love my stepmom. But I'm gonna have to choose my peace. I'm gonna have to choose me. You know what I'm saying? It was the first time in my life where I chose me unapologetically. Like, any other time, if I chose myself, it was just like guilt weighing on me, guilty conscience, you know, a burden on my shoulder. This time around, I'm like, I don't feel none of that. Like, y'all done? You think you gonna ostracize me? You think you gonna, what they call it, disassociate? What, like, you think you gonna treat me funny? I'm gonna be acting funny. You think you gonna be, I'm gonna be acting funny now. And so that's how I felt. So I don't know what this is what I didn't like about that process. So when I did decide to write my disassociation letter, I wrote a letter letting them know how I felt. I didn't want to be associated with this organization, and I didn't go into full detail, but I did let them know some of the reasons, like, about why, and like just me waking up a little bit and being lied to all my life. Blah. So I wrote it in a letter, and I dropped it off at the Kingdom Hall, because it was like a little bit during or a little bit after quarantine. Like, stuff started opening up a little bit, but not really. So I didn't want to like meet with nobody physically. So I was like, let me just drop it in the mailbox, because the Kingdom Hall that I went to, they have cameras, and I know like the circuit overseer always be watching the camera, because he lived at the Kingdom Hall. Like, we have a house or a little apartment attached to our Kingdom Hall. That's where our circuit overseers stay at. And I was close with the circuit overseer and his wife. I was really close with his wife too. Like, when I tell y'all, I was like close with a lot of people. So, and yeah, no, I'm not like boosting. I mean, like, texting, calling, like, we going out for drinks, like, type of stuff, you know. So I was like, I know if I drop this off, he's gonna see me on the video anyway, or whoever's monitoring the like cameras, because we have cameras on the outside to monitor our parking lots and all of that stuff. So I know they're gonna see me drop it off. So I did that. I don't know what happened afterward. Like, I didn't inquire with them what happened afterward, but later on I did find out from somebody I used to be cool with who was disfellowship, who got disfellowship. The dude that I told you about, like, when my friend ended up like sleeping with him. So yeah, that dude, the husband, he, like, we was like chit-chatting whatever on IG, and he ended up telling me like they announced my name as like no longer being one of Joe's witnesses. But I'm like, I don't know, like, I ain't really like that, because it's like, I feel like they read my name like I was disfellowship, and that's not the case. Like, I disassociated myself, but the way he said like they read my name off is like I got disfellowship, and it sounded the same way as somebody getting disfellowship, which I know because I've been disfellowship before. So, which I'll give y'all that story if y'all want that tea too. That was a whole mess. But yeah, so right now, like, people just think I'm disfellowship or whatever, and I honestly believe that my family think that I left for a guy, that I left the organization to be in a relationship, but that was not the case. Like, I left because I woke up, but because I never went into full detail with my family why I'm leaving, that's just the assumptions that they can come up with because of the situation that I'm in now. Now, you may ask why I didn't share it with them. Like, I just didn't feel comfortable sharing it with them. Like, mentally broken and disturbed myself. I just felt like if I tried to say something to them, like, they would either like really think I was a demon. Like, I didn't want to hurt them mentally, because this is not like no easy journey. Like, when you really believe this is the truth, like, this is life, it's hard to explain, y'all. Like, for the ones who are not witnesses, or XJWs, like, y'all may think like, okay, well, you just leaving the church, like, why is it that deep? Because it's not just the church. Like, you really believe this is like your whole sense of reality. Like, anybody who's not a Jehovah's Witness is already as good as dead anyway. That's what you truly believe. Like, they being nice to you, they knocking on your doors and they being nice to you and they smiling in your face, and you got co-workers that are JWs, and be like, oh, he's so cool, like, da da da, but they really think the worst of you. Let's be honest, they think the worst of you because they think you gonna die. If you never gonna become a Jehovah's Witnesses, they think you gonna die. So that's why the JW's always knocking on the door, calling, letter writing, because they trying to convert as many people as possible. Because they believe if you don't become a baptized Jehovah's Witness, you will die at Armageddon. That's it. Jehovah's gonna wipe out everybody else on the earth. All these millions and billions of people, he's just gonna wipe them out. And it's only gonna be JWs left. Like, they truly believe that. So, you know, it's a mind altering thing to learn that what you once believed is not true, especially when you believed it since you was a baby. Like, I was born into this. I didn't know nothing else. I didn't know anything else except for this. So I didn't really want to share with my family because I'm like, I don't want them to kind of go through what I went through. And like, I believe that when you wake up, you have to be led spiritually by that. And what I mean is, I'm not saying like I believe in destiny only, like, oh, it was my fate, but in a sense, kinda, because you really have to be one that is curious and always wants to grow spiritually in order to wake up. Because if you're comfortable where you are in life, you're never going to research, you're never going to do the research, you're never going to critically think, you're never going to question anything as long as you're comfortable, because Jehovah's Witness life is very comfortable. They make it very comfortable for you. So, like, you don't have to ever make any decisions or deal with the consequences of your decisions unless it's breaking one of their rules. But for the most part, like, your whole agenda is written out for you. Your whole schedule. You have literally a schedule to complete Monday through to Sunday, Sunday through Saturday, however you want to call it. You have something to do for them every single day, so you never have to think for yourself. That's the hardest thing, is to now have all this available free time and have to think for yourself and figure out life. Like, what am I gonna do now? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Somebody been thinking for me this whole time. Somebody been telling me what to do. Somebody been telling me the schedule, what to complete every day, what I need to turn in every month. Like, literally, like, you booked and busy as a JW. So you have to be ready. Let's just say that. I'll go into detail a little bit more about what that process is like, and like how I just think people should be careful about trying to share apostate information with your loved ones. I think you should be very careful, because you could really hurt somebody and send them into a sane asylum if you're not careful, because it's a reality, your mind-bending reality, okay? And if you're not strong mentally, yeah, you could go crazy. So we'll talk about that another time, but I just wanted to put that out there. Be careful about that, and that's why I didn't share that piece with them. And they think I left for a guy, and the reason why they think I left for a guy is because I'm in a wonderful relationship with my husband now and 3 kids. And you know, that just sort of happened and it blossomed, and I feel so blessed and so abundant to have love around me, because you need it so bad. When you're going through this transition, it gets very dark. And yeah, I'm just feel so blessed to have that love surrounding me. Now, how I have 3 kids that fast, so technically, like, I have a stepson. He is 8 years old. I came into his life when he was 5, but me and my husband do have him full time. So that is, you know, my baby boy, and he calls me mom and I call him son. So we don't really use those terminologies, but that's that. And then I have a 1-year-old daughter that was born January 24 last year, and she is the sunshine of my life, okay? That's my baby girl. I never thought I was ever going to have children being a Jehovah's Witness, because you can decide not to, especially if you're not married. Like, you're not supposed to, So, and I was unmarried at the time. So, yeah, I just, didn't know if I was going to find my soulmate being in there. But, I never really see myself having kids on this side of Armageddon. And I'll kind of explain that at another time too. But I'm so grateful to have her. So grateful. Like, I can't see my life any other way. And so now we're on number 3. I'm currently 21 weeks. Surprise! So I am 21 weeks and we are due for another baby girl in July. And I can't believe I'm about to have 2 under 2, y'all. And have 3 kids in the house. Driving me crazy. Because 2 already drive me crazy, but I love them so much and I'm so grateful. And yeah, it's been a long journey. It's been a long journey. I would love for y'all to come on that journey with me, because it gets dark and there are highs and there are lows. But when I tell you I got to this place and I feel good. I feel good now. I really do. It took a long time for me to get there, but I want to share with y'all the steps that I needed to take to strengthen myself mentally and strengthen myself spiritually and love myself. You have to learn to love. After you leave an organization like this, you have to learn to love yourself, because that is not taught in there. Like, yourself, what? You love you? Don't worry about you. You are like this. You are a little speck in the earth that you should be grateful that Jehovah even loves you. That's the energy. So it really takes a lot for someone who have left the organization. Like, kudos to you if you were strong enough to even leave, but even bigger kudos if you learn to love yourself through this process, because it's hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard work. So we're gonna go on that journey together. I'm gonna show y'all how to get all this love loving on you, all this love surrounding you, how to attract that into your life, because I had to attract it. I had to attract all of this love surrounding me, and it just keeps growing bigger and bigger. So I love this process. I love this journey. I want y'all to come on this journey with me. Thank you for sticking around this far. If you made it this far, put a star in the comment section. Y'all know how I roll. Put a star in the comment section. Thank you for joining the party with me. And I'm out, and I'm gonna see you on the next video. Peace.